obedience, 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 obedience. Obedience is a cornerstone of our faith in God. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Being obedient requires faith in God. Without faith, it is impossible to walk with God. Our will, obedience, obey God.
Hey y'all, it's Shantavia
and Ashley
and Demetria.
and this is Obedience Podcast. So we are on our final episode of this series, the Friendship Series, and we are so excited to be wrapping this up. So in the last part, we actually discussed friendversaries. So how to make sure you maintain long-lasting friendships with your friends. So we talked about conflict resolution, trusting friends, maintaining friendship, and making sure you don't get into that dead place of composing. And we also talked about loyalty. But in this episode, where we're going to wrap things up in the series, we're actually going to talk about a concept called mutual friends. So in here, we're going to talk about people who are considered frenemies. We're going to talk about the types of friends that you have. And then also we're going to give you tips on how to become a better friend. So let's get into our last episode of this 4-part series.
Let's do it.
Samuel, in the previous episode, we did read out of 1 Samuel chapter 20, but we wanted to talk about the end of David's and Jonathan friendship, and that's recounted in 2 Samuel chapter 1. So Ashley is going to read 2 Samuel, first chapter, verse 23 and verse 26.
How beloved and gracious were Saul and Jonathan. They were together in life and in death. They were swifter than eagles, stronger than lions. And verse 26 reads, How I wept for you, my brother Jonathan. Oh, how much I loved you. And your love for me was deep, deeper than the love of a woman.
So we see in this chapter, Jonathan passes away with his father Saul, and we see David actually heartbroken, not only over Jonathan, who is his best friend, but also Saul, who we know has tried to kill him more than once. So that made me think about how loyal David was to Saul, but Saul was not loyal to David at all. And David gives us the great example of how we're supposed to treat friends who treat us more like enemies. So Ashley, do you want to share the definition of a frenemy?
Yeah, sure. So the definition I have of a frenemy is a person with whom one is friendly, despite a fundamental dislike or rival, or a person who combines the characteristics of a friend and an enemy.
And we all know that's exactly what Saul was to David. So, have you guys ever had any frenemies in your lives?
Not that I can think of. I mean, it might be someone on their side and I'm just not noticing it, but not that I know of.
I haven't, thank God, experienced any frenemies. Maybe I've had some fake co-workers, but I don't consider those friends, so I don't. Yeah, no, it hasn't happened to me.
No, I haven't had any frenemies. Because I don't know, I can't be friends with the enemy. Like if we just don't mesh, we can't be friends. You gotta be hot or cold. You can't be really lukewarm. So no, I don't have any examples of that.
Like another saying is keep your enemies closer, but I don't really keep them close, so I don't know.
No.
Keep them far, far away.
I do.
Because I feel like if you're not for me, then you're gonna be against me. It's just no middle with that. I can't be loyal, but I got to watch you too. But I don't have that much energy in my life to be trying to. Oh, child, no.
And actually, what you just said made me think of something. If you have someone in your life that you're not rooting for them, you would actually rather see them something bad happen to them, then you are the enemy in that person's life, and you need to step back and reevaluate yourself and pray that spirit out of you. Like, if you're looking at any of your friends and you're not wishing good upon them, then you need to step back and see, hey, what's going on with me? Why is this spirit on me right now? So you can be a frenemy of people if you're watching this. We're praying for you. But David gives us a great example. If any of you guys out there have a frenemy in your life, of how you treat them. You treat them just like they're a friend. Like, you're loyal to them to no fault, and you're sad if something bad happens to them. We should have the spirit of David when dealing with people who are against us. We should love them no matter what. Also, what happened in this chapter with Jonathan dying, we see how sad David was. Also pointed out that in the last episode, we talked about how David and Jonathan separated from one another, and they really never got to see each other again. But David was still heartbroken when Jonathan died, even though they had never talked again in each other's lives. So that just shows you how strong their friendship was. It is definitely a friendship I strive to have in my life, because I feel like this is the perfect example that God gave us of how friendship should be.
That's true. So I wanted to ask a question. So what are some things you ladies look for in determining if a friend is a friend or not?
I look for loyalty. I look for support, love. We have some things in common. Even if we don't have things in common, we don't really bash each other about it. Just being an all-around good person and not being judgmental. And honesty and transparency is also a thing for me, because I can be, if I'm really close to you, I'm going to be very open and transparent with you. So I don't need you judging my life, but I also need you to be woman enough or man enough to tell me when I'm wrong. So I feel like that makes a good person. I feel like that alone makes a person a good friend. And they're like, okay, I hear you. I understand where you're coming from, but you're also wrong in the situation, and this is probably how you should fix that, and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's what makes someone a good friend for me.
I actually wrote down what I look for to tell if someone's not my friend. So the first thing I got is if they seek pleasure for your demise. And that's just you being discerning and paying attention to what that friend is doing around you or for you. They don't tell you important things that's happening in their life. If they don't update you on anything, or if you ask, they purposely don't tell you certain things, I don't necessarily think that person is your friend. Something we talked about before, if they bring back gossip to you that somebody else told them, why does that person feel so comfortable to talk to you about me? So yeah. And then I have down here, they are a leech. So they always want something from you. Always. And that's the only time that they contact you, is if they want something. They never check on you. And then opportunity seekers. So if you're in a great opportunity of your life, and then all of a sudden this person just drops in and it's like, I'm your best friend, I am so loyal to you, pay attention. They may be trying to take something from you that they want and they see that you have. So pay attention for opportunity seekers.
Ooh, child. I agree with both of y'all. Cause ooh, child. Okay. I did want to add also like how they treat other people. I think both of us pointed out like gossipers, if they bring back information, I'm listen. But I'm gonna know not to trust you with my business. And then therefore I can't trust you. Therefore we can't be friends. So if you're treating someone else like this, I can only imagine the things that you could possibly do to me. So, and one thing I look for in a friend is, you know, they share things, like you said, Shay, they share things with you, and they also share their imperfections too, not perfect in our actions.
Yeah.
But you're willing to share some things with me as well. So
That's a
one
good
thing I
point.
want to add.
That is a very good point, Ashley.
Let's work on our imperfections together.
There you go. We can help build each other. We can be what? 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that means you have not listened to part 1 of this friendship series. So go back and watch it. Okay.
So that leads us actually into our next topic, where we talk about the types of friends that you have. So Ashley is actually going to skip in 2 Samuel to chapter 9. And she's going to read verse 1 and then verse 6 through 7.
One day David asked, "Is anyone in Saul's family still alive, to whom I can show kindness for Jonathan's sake?" Loyalty, baby. Even when he was gone.
Right?
6 through 7 reads, "His name is Mephibosheth. He was Jonathan's son and Saul's grandson. When he came to David, he bowed low to the ground in deep respect. David said, 'Greetings, Mephibosheth.' Mephibosheth replied, 'I am your servant.' 'Don't be afraid,' David said. 'I intend to show kindness to you because of my promise to your father, Jonathan. I will give you all the property that once belonged to your grandfather Saul. And you will eat here with me at the king's table.'"
Yes.
Still loyalty, even to the day they were both gone. And still Reverend Saul as his grandfather.
Yes.
Ooh, child.
Reading that made me really realize the importance to determine the type of friends that you have, because there are different types of friends in this world, and it's important that we realize types of friends that they are, because Jonathan was David's most loyal, trustworthy friend. He is being loyal to him when Jonathan doesn't even know. You know, he is keeping his covenant that he made with David back in 1 Samuel. Well, they made a covenant that your descendants will be my descendants. So I wanted us to give examples of the type of friendships that we can think of that are in our lives.
Think about that right quick.
So one that I have written down that we all have is acquaintances. So sometimes people get acquaintances mixed up, and they be like, "That's my friend," but that's not really your friend. You just know them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to make sure we give people the right title. Friendship should be earned, not just, "Oh, I know them."
Not just handed. No, shorty. You got to earn this thing.
Yeah.
I do feel like we all have that. We have to earn that title of best friend. And that's a type of friend. And I feel like that right there, a lot of people misconstrue what a best friend really is. And they call any and everybody their best friends. Like, no, you gotta really set some boundaries with that. Because like you said, you can be an acquaintance and be like, "Oh, that's my best friend." Like, no, we're not best friends. So, I just kind of know you. But yeah, like best friend is a title that I take seriously. If I can see you my best friend, I'm pretty much telling you my life. So if I'm telling you my life, that means I trust you with my life.
Yes.
So that's one title. Like you said, golly friends. Like golly friends is another one. You said acquaintances.
Yeah. Another one I have down is co-workers. All your co-workers are not your friends. They are co-workers.
They co with you at work. That's their job.
They come with you at work.
They fall under acquaintances.
They do fall under.
Category.
Yeah.
But I will say I've had some great friendships that came from one of my jobs. Like I will say about 3 or 4 of them, I still talk. And we do not work here. Like none of us work in this place anymore, but we still talk. But
same.
Yeah, those are sometimes like the exceptions. But you're right. We just co at work together.
Yes, you do not have to tell them all of your business.
You don't even have to tell them none.
Exactly.
If it ain't work,
because I had ETO in my bucket, that's why I'm off. I don't need to tell you specifically.
Where you was yesterday? Minding my business.
You getting outside your lane. You getting outside your work lane.
But I have had like some great friends develop from people that I met at work. That have developed into friendships outside of work where I actually do consider them to be my true friends. So it is possible, but I just need you guys to establish a boundary. Because I have some coworkers that'll tell me all their business, and I'm just like, I'm not your friend. Why are you telling me this?
See, that's the kind of friend you know they're going to go and tell your stuff to. Because if they don't mind telling theirs, they don't mind telling yours either. Okay, I'm off my tangent.
But I also feel like this too. I have a vent to face. So I call my face the vent to face. So I call myself the strong emotional friend because everybody comes to me with their problems and it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna tell Demetri everything. So now things pile on top of me. So I think I'm the emotional friend for a lot of people. So I kind of empathize with them. I know how to, counsel people. Like I've been calling myself the quarantine counselor. Because so many people have been coming to me for like advice. I don't mind it, but it's just like I am the vent to person. So I am that title for a lot of people. I am the vent to emotional friend. I don't even know that's the proper title for that, but I gave myself.
I like it.
I like it. I think it should go in the Webster's dictionary.
I also have another example. So this type of friend is multiple friends, but it's what we call a friend group. So these are people that you really only hang around one another with one another. Like this isn't somebody like, okay, I'm going to hang out with you separately. Like every time you're around this group of people, this is the only time you're around them. So I think that's like a friend group.
I get it. I have those. Like I think everybody has those, or they have their group of friends, and it's that one person that you really don't have their relationship with, but they're always around. So you're kind of their friend, but you're really not their friend. I get it. It's kind of a gray area.
Yeah. And then another one I have is a mentor friend. So someone who's a little older than you or more experienced than you that can help guide you in life. Those are the really, really beneficial friends because they will stop you from doing a lot of things that's completely unnecessary. So I think it's important to have mentor friends in your life.
Yes.
Seasoned friends.
Oh, yeah, seasoned friends. My mentor has been saying doing a lot of stuff.
That's good.
It's like, yeah, you need that guidance from. They don't even necessarily have to be older, but like you said, and more experienced in life.
Yes.
You're not that much older than I am, so but it's like you're more experienced in life, so I get to go to you for stuff before I make a stupid decision.
Yeah.
So yeah, but seasoned friends, they do come.
Let me see. I got one more example. So you know how you said that like you take the role of a best friend like super serious.
Oh yeah.
Like this is the point where like you take that role so serious to the point where that friend is a family member. So a family friend is what I have down. And actually I looked up Proverbs 18:24 and it says, one who has unreliable friend soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. It has really made me think of those friends that you have that you're so close to and that your family is so close to that you don't even consider them a friend anymore. They're just family at this point. You know, that, oh, that's my aunt or that's my cousin, and they're really not related to you at all. It's just that they're so close to you that they're just like family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a couple of those.
Any other types that you guys can think of?
Friends, I would say emotional friends, mental friends.
No, but I have a song in my spirit.
Oh gosh.
And I want y'all to know this right here. There's not a friend like the lowly Jesus. No, not one. No, not one. Thank you. I'll be here all night. That's for real though. You know, I did not get what they were saying until I got older. I'm just like, it ain't no friend like Jesus.
It's not.
It ain't.
You know better than you know yourself.
That man did the ultimate. He died for us, so ain't no friend get better than that.
Right?
That's the best friend.
Ain't nobody top that. I'm sorry.
No, don't even try to compete.
Don't.
One thing I want to point out before we leave this topic is it's very important for you to understand what type of friend that you are to your friends, so you don't get things mixed up. Because you may think that you're that person's best friend and expect them to treat you a certain way, but you're not that person's best friend. That's just what you think. So it's very important to understand the relationship you have with that person.
That is so true.
I would say a scenario, but I'm not sure if they're gonna listen to this or not. Well, this actually happened with a couple friends where one of them thought the other person was their best friend, and they said it out loud. And the other person's like, "Well, my best friend," and she said a whole other different person. Yeah, and it was everybody in the room was like, "Wow." So yeah,
That's why it's important.
That's why it's important to know where you stand with people.
Yes, because you will have yourself messed up.
Yeah. Know your position.
Yeah, you may share something with them, and they don't share anything with you. You really need to like focus on stuff like that to know where y'all relationship stands.
That's important, like to evaluate, like you said, evaluate where you are, because you'll hate for that, that situation to happen. And then out in the, in the open like that. So I think it's best to evaluate, even though it may hurt, but it's going to help you to understand like where you guys are in a relationship, and it doesn't lead to like those kind of hurts, Yeah. So it pretty much saves yourself at the end of the day.
Yes.
From any further hurt that could happen.
And like embarrassment, because
yeah,
it was kind of embarrassing to be told that in front of a room full of people. So yeah.
I probably would have to do a little white lie. I'm like, yeah, you're my best friend. Sometimes.
I just said that. Oh,
that's so sweet.
Yeah, I would have took like that's so sweet or something else. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could have hurt that person's feelings. Like,
I would have to change some stuff. Y'all want something to eat?
I'm that always rowdy.
Change the subject completely.
Yeah, that
yesterday.
Yeah. So how about them Saints? Huh? It's not even football season.
Well, to wrap up this series, I think that we all have learned that the most important thing during this whole series is we have to continuously work on our friendships and try to be a better friend to people. So we wanted to wrap up this series by discussing tips on how to become a better friend and how to be a better friend. So you guys have any tips to give the viewers as to how to be a great friend to people?
I would say start with the evaluation, like we just said.
Yeah.
Because you can be like, oh, I'm the best friend ever. You know, I'm the, you know, people will kill to be my friend, or, you know, want to be my friend. But your friend is just like, nah, sis or bro, you need some things you need to work on.
Yeah, you ain't that
Or
good.
if you question like, oh, am I a good friend? You can ask and be like, you know, how can I make this thing better? This relationship better between us.
Yeah. Another thing I will point out too, as you need to do for yourself, is understand why you are in people's lives, or what are you doing to, again, not just be that placeholder in somebody's life. Like, have a purpose for people. Like, one thing that I like to say is, okay, let's say the day I die, what would they get up and say about me? You know, like, oh, she was a good friend. And they be up there lying. I don't want them to be lying. I want them to be actually telling the truth. Like, oh, she did this, she did that. She made this kind of impact on my life. So I like to just add value or purpose to people in my own little ways. And if I do hurt people, I tell them, let me know. And I also tell them it's hard to offend me. So you can just tell me something as hurtful. I've heard a lot of hurtful things in my life. So you can tell me something like, oh, okay, well, I'll work on it. Or you just, just be able to understand that you're not perfect. So don't think that you're going to be the perfect friend. Just kind of be that perfectly imperfect person for that friend. Yeah. And be there when they need you. Like, even if you don't talk for years or you don't talk for months, just be able to, that person call you up today or tomorrow, and they're like, hey, you crossed my mind, and I just want to have a whole conversation with you. Talk to them. It may be a reason they want to talk to you. So it's just, you really have to look at yourself. You got to dig deep you got to be a good friend to yourself before you do somebody else. So, yeah. Actually. Yeah, you gotta dig deep before you can, pour into somebody else. You can't pour from
just pointed out the entire moral of the story of the series. You got to be a good friend to yourself. Period. Point blank. We don't even need to finish. We're done.
I had to learn. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
I mean, that was the ribbon and the sprinkles and everything else, confetti. You better say that, Demetri. You better bring the word on today. And this is Obedience Podcast.
See you next week.
Like, the people, as I say that, it took me years to understand that, though. But a lot of people don't get that. Like, people can say it, and it's just say, oh, I'm gonna dig deep, and I'm gonna be my best friend for myself, and and they don't do it, or you push your hurt onto other people. And I don't want to do that because, everybody has some type of hurt that's in there. And people transfer it onto other people, especially friends. Like Shantavia said that the friends had, they were going through pivotal moments in their life where they kind of just took it out on the wrong people. I don't want that to be me. I don't want me to, take my anger out on people and it had nothing to do with the hurt at all. So, yeah, you just got to learn how to be your own best friend. You got to love yourself. You got to, become a friend with God and then work on, other people, and, the people will come, but you got you into the rest of your life. So work on you.
Ooh, child, that is so good. Because that point that you made, be your friend first and be honest with yourself, because you can expect something else from a friend, but really and truly you need to fix that for yourself. Because I think that's where a lot of the anger comes from. You can try to start a relationship, but really and truly, sis, that's your thing, bro. That's your thing. You need to work on some things on the inside of you so you can be a friend to somebody else. So that is so good.
Yeah,
that is so good.
Okay. I give glory to God.
I ain't got nothing else to say.
Look, I'm going through my list. I'm like, I don't even know if I want to keep going.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'll still say mine. I mean, because I think that they are important too. Once you become your own friend, of course. But just remember, the phone works both ways. Don't just sit there and expect somebody to reach out to you and get angry that they aren't reaching out to you. Like I said before, if you're thinking of that person, reach out to them. Don't let a grudge stop you from anything. Another thing. We talked about having those friend groups. But I think it's important, if your friend groups are made up of individual friends, to have that one-on-one time with your friends, so that they know that they just aren't considered to be a friend of this friend group. Like, you're also my personal friend, so I'm not gonna call you just on group FaceTime. I'm gonna call you individually and check on you to see how you're doing. The next thing is, I think friend vacations are a great thing. I know every time that we go somewhere, I feel like our bond grows closer because we're experiencing this singular experience with each other that no one else is here with us, and we have like inside jokes or inside memories based off of this friend vacation. So planning friend trips with your friends. And they don't have to be extravagant. You can go to like Destin or Gulf Shores for a weekend with your friends. And then my last thing that I wanted to point out is, you don't always, like, if your friends are going through something, don't always try and fix them. Like, sometimes they just want you to listen. Just be there to listen for your friends. And that's all I had to say.
That's true, because sometimes I don't need a response right then. Because what you say, I may not take in. I just wanted to get it out. You know, you feel me? That's good.
Oh, you
I don't have nothing.
But I ain't ready for advice. I just want you to just listen to my problem right now so I can get it out. I don't want you to just listen.
Yeah. Because sometimes you can't fix them.
You
That's what God thinks.
Yeah, that's true.
All you can do is pray. Just be like, okay, the most you can do is say, do you want to pray? That's the most you can do.
So I'm here. Can't fix everybody. Yeah. There's something else you gotta learn as a friend too. You cannot fix everybody. And I'm saying that because I'm preaching to myself. You cannot fix everybody, and I have that problem. You can't fix everybody. I try to fix people's problems. I try to fix people. You can't do it. You're not God, so don't try. Because it's gonna be emotional trauma on you. So
right.
Yeah, don't try to fix everybody.
I had to learn like one thing for myself. Like, we did bring up the fact of like sometimes a person just needs to vent, and I'm pretty much like an encourager at, you know, in the natural sense. Like, I just want to encourage somebody, and then sometimes, you know what, like you said, just say that you're there, and sometimes that's just enough that a person needs to hear. I be trying to come with a word in 3 points, you know. Sometimes, you know, they don't need that. They just want you to listen, you know, and say it's going to be okay. So,
yeah,
I'm learning.
Yeah, it's a process, because I have that, like, I want to encourage people too. And sometimes people feel a type of way, and they just like, you keep encouraging them. Like, I don't want to encourage them right now. I just want you to listen.
Because really and truly, they ain't gonna do it, and you gonna be mad.
Well, I'm not gonna be mad. It's up to you, but
I'll say my feelings gonna be hurt.
I'm tired of saying the same thing to you.
Yeah.
Now, if I keep saying it, I'm just not gonna say it no more. It's like, okay, that's on you. But I did my purpose. I said what I had to say. I gave you some guidance. If you take it, you take it. If you don't, you don't. I did my part. So I'm not gonna don't take offense to it, Ashley, because you never know. They might just be in their own world. You did your part.
All right. You guys have anything else to add?
No.
I think that we can wrap this series up again. I think that we covered everything related to friendship. I think we answered all the hard questions. We share personal experience. We share you guys' personal experience. And we want to thank you for tuning in to all 4 parts of our friendship series. If you haven't seen the 4 parts, just go back and watch it, and then come back to this one and hear me thank you again. Demetria, we want to thank you for coming on here. You were great. You are excellent. You added so much to this episode, and we really couldn't have done this without you. I cannot wait to this whole quarantine thing is over so we can actually do an episode again in person. You were very engaged during the whole process, and that's really exciting. Like, you really studied and you really went over the questions, so we thank you for that. And you were easy to talk to because this was my first time meeting you, and it was like a piece of cake.
Thank you. It's making me blush. I wish I make friends easily.
You have anything to add, Ashley?
No, I'm just saying that I'm professing that this isn't the last time that you'll see Mr. Demetria Coleman.
Okay.
Because she will be back with some other episodes. Because look, she slid in our DMs and she was just like, "Hey, I want to be a part of this." And I was just like, "Girl, come on.
Yes.
You are more than welcome." So we really enjoyed you. And we hope that this is not your last time with us.
Come on, B. I really enjoyed this. I was nervous at first, like I told y'all, but I really enjoyed it. I really did. I can't wait to actually be in person to do one, though.
Yes.
Like, that'll be
we're going to have to set that up.
Yeah.
So again, we want to thank all you guys for tuning in, and we hope that you really enjoyed this series. Comment down below what stood out to you from this series, and don't forget to follow us on our social medias. We'll list them all below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Obedience Podcast so you can get more of these encouraging videos and topics. And look out for our next series. We do know what it is. Do we want to give them a sneak peek, Ashley? Okay.
Don't give it away.
Just look out for it. Follow us and you'll get little hints of it. So remember to come back here same time next week in the month of July. And as always, be obedient. We will see you guys next time.